3.8 kilometer swim, 180 kilometer bike ride, and then after that you run a marathon, which is 42.2 kilometers. The thing that makes it extreme is that the weather conditions, for one, the water temperature, it's usually very cold. The distances can sometimes vary, so the one I have coming up this weekend coming actually is a 200 kilometer bike as opposed to 180. And you had to have a support crew with you to do these events. So in a normal Ironman event, you don't have to have a support crew. But in order to do the run portion of this race, you have to have someone with you because it's in the mountain ranges in northern Scotland. I've just always liked to challenge my mind and my body. And, you know, last year I did Alaska Man, and it was one of the coolest, craziest experiences of my life. Learned a lot about myself, what you can push your body through, and when I got home last year, I was like, man, I got to do something like that again. I just totally addicted to it now. Each race, they take about 250 to 300 athletes, so you have to apply online. So I applied in October, and then you find out your result if you got in November. So there's a couple of big ones, which are Swissman, Norseman, and Keltman. So
Switzerland, Norway, and Scotland?
Exactly, yeah. So Keltman, I wanted to do at least one of those big ones. And when the results came back, I actually hadn't gotten picked for any of them. So there was two other ones one called Sweden, one called Canada Man, and I got into those two. They're still pretty big events, and then those are the ones I signed up for. And I was like, okay, I'm set. I got 2 extreme tries. And then about 2 weeks later, I got an email from the Keltman crew, and they said, a few people from the first round dropped out. You've been accepted into the second round. I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay, so now I cannot turn this down because it's such a big race. It's something that is one of the ones that I really wanted to do. So I emailed them back and said, yeah, I'll take the spot. So now here I am training for three X tries this year. The training can get pretty crazy throughout the whole program. I'd say my biggest week has been around 21 to 22 hours. And a lot of that is your bike ride, right? Like that takes up a big chunk of time. So like on my weekends, you know, Saturday and Sunday, I'll often do, like one weekend I did a 7-hour ride, and then Sunday, I did a 7-hour ride on Saturday, and then on a Sunday I would do like a 4-hour. So that's just, you know, you're punching out 11 hours right there in 2 days. So, and then your swims probably 3 to 4 times a week. And then runs, I try to get in 3 a week. I was out here on Friday night actually, and it's extremely cold. But you know, you gotta acclimatize the body. I'm used to it because I did the Alaska Man race last year, so I was in the water pretty early last year as well, just kind of getting my body ready for the cold. The Alaska Man swim was super cold, so I think Keltman's going to be similar. It's up in northern Scotland, so you're looking at about 10 to 12 degree water for the actual race. That's so cool.